Hello everybody. Welcome to Vlogmas day 24. No.
24?
Welcome to Vlogmas day 21. I almost thought it was Christmas already. It's getting Merry Christmas. It's getting very close. So I kind of want to address the fact that I suck. And I didn't put Vlogmas day 19. But it kind of worked out nicely because we're practically doing the same thing. See? Ooh, yeah. Can't wait for this walk home. And we also went to the store, and I'm still carrying a very heavy bag, as you can see. Okay, so we're on our way home, and I have this ginormous bag of groceries on my shoulder. And except this time we went to Samsung again. We were just in Samsung. Jenna just bought another monitor. We bought one, but it needs to be shipped. So tomorrow we'll get it. Jenna was a little bummed. And Jenna has her monitor. Yay! We went to Samsung on the 19th, but they didn't have the monitor, so they had to order it. So today we went and picked it up. And yeah, it worked out nicely because we're doing it basically the same thing. Went to Lotte Mart.
It's not as cold.
Stopped at McDonald's. Went to Samsung. It's all about the same. As you may have caught on to that theme during Vlogmas. Hope you're excited for Christmas. And we wish we were celebrating Christmas in America, but it's still really fun here. It's interesting because it's just not a thing here, really. I do want to talk in this vlog later on when I am not surrounded by traffic about like how Christmas is celebrated or not so celebrated in Korea and just what it's like here. It's a lot different. And I also have a few things to tell you about my students, which made my heart very warm and happy. Catch you a little bit later for those things. And I'm gonna put my phone down because this bag is very heavy. Okay, bye. God, oh.
Oh, I hurt my knee.
I like slipped and she like fucking ate it.
Oh my god, I swear if I mess up my thing.
She dropped her monitor.
Come on.
Okay.
Come help me, it's slippery.
Oh, sorry. I'm sliding all around.
Fat ass went down fast.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Hello, it is the end of the day. Woo! We only have one more day, and it is a 10-day vacation for winter/Christmas break. It has been a very long week. You know when you are anticipating a vacation and like the time just drags and drags and drags? This week has been very long. But luckily Friday, tomorrow is an easy day. There won't be any teaching. There hasn't been very much teaching this week because all the students have pretty much finished all their books. But yeah, so a few things. We also got our cats little toys from Lotte Mart. Bringing our babies a surprise. They're gonna go nuts. Those clips were really cute, so I'm gonna insert them now. Oh, what's the mommy got you? You wanna grab on it? She loves it. You love it when mommy gets you that? You better take it before brother gets it. You're gonna destroy that in 2 seconds. Aren't they so cute? Oh, I love them. But secondly, I said earlier today that I wanted to talk about what Christmas is like in Korea. It exists mostly in like supermarkets and stuff because I think retailers think that that is like a marketing standpoint. Koreans do celebrate Christmas if they are of the Christian religion, but it still is not in the same way that we would like picture it, I think, in America or in the countries that celebrate Christmas. I think they just like the idea of like Christmas, and it's not, but it like the meaning behind it isn't the same as it is in countries that celebrate Christmas as like an actual event during the year. It's just kind of an add-on to what they already do. Yeah, so I think it just also depends on like the family because, for example, like Piggy invited us to a Christmas party and we're like, oh, that's really fun, we're excited. And like basically she just has some friends over and they have a Christmas party. And we asked like, oh, are we going to exchange gifts? And she's like, oh no, like we don't do that. It's just not like the same. Just observing. Gift giving isn't as like common, I guess you could say. They just don't like, there's no expectation to give and receive gifts. For example, birthdays. Most kids don't get presents on their birthday because of just mostly because of how like they calculate their age. Everybody turns like a new age at the beginning of the year. And they still celebrate the day they were born though, but they don't turn a new age. They already turned that at the beginning of the year. So, yeah. Even if your birthday is in December, you still turn the age of that year in January. So, yeah. And most of my students don't know when their birthday is. They like really have to think about it. So the expectation to give and like to get gifts on your birthday, like it's not there. And that's the same with like how they celebrate Christmas. It's just not there. They don't give gifts. But there is like they decorate, they'll put a tree out, like that's about it. But yeah, it's a little bit depressing, but at the same time, I've had a lot of fun just telling my kids like Merry Christmas, like have a Merry Christmas, have a good Christmas, even though I know that they on December 25th they're not going to celebrate Christmas. But like I've had a lot of fun because it's just like I don't know, it's something that the kids aren't used to. And I think they like it, and I think they would really embrace it if their family like put up a tree and celebrated it. Because I asked my students like, who has a tree in their house? And like only one or two of them usually would raise their hand. And then some students would usually tell me like, oh, we used to, but my mom stopped doing it, and they were like really sad about it. So I think they like it, they would embrace it more, but I think it's just not incorporated into their culture very much. The next thing that I wanted to talk to you about, which is like in relation to Christmas, is the Christmas cards that I wrote my students. So I had I got really discouraged because I didn't have them all written by the time I wanted to have them written, which it just took a really long time to write, like, because I really wrote a pretty long message for every single student. And it just took a really long time to write it. So I just was like, oh, I'll just give it to the ones that I've written. And then I saw the reaction of them. And honestly, like the other aspect of why I was discouraged is because I kept forgetting to get candy. And I was thinking like, the students aren't going to like this unless I give them candy with it too. Like it's not going to really mean anything. So like it doesn't seem like a very complete gift if I don't give them candy as well. And I kept forgetting to get candy, so I didn't give them candy with their cards. But their reaction with just the card, they were so grateful. Like they bowed, like so a lot of them bowed like really deeply to me and was like so like happy and thankful for it. And then they got really excited when they opened up the card and they were reading it. And a lot of them didn't even know what it said because I wrote it like as if I was talking to somebody who was a native English speaker, because I figured like maybe they'll save it and maybe one day they'll understand like really the deepest meaning behind the words that I'm saying. But like as long as they get the gist of it, like that's right now that's okay. And the students like went and asked the Korean teachers to translate it, and they were just so like cute to read it, and they were happy, and they're like, some of my kids, I wrote on there, you are so smart and you're special. And I wrote like that phrase or something a lot in a lot of the cards, but I really do think that about like all of my students. I think they're smart and they're special. And some of my students said to me, like, they're like, "Oh, I'm smart." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're very smart." And a lot of it time it happened in like the B classes, which the B classes are the lowest or the weakest classes in that grade. But just because they're the weakest in the grade doesn't mean they're not smart. It most of the time just means that they started English later than the other ones, so they're not as advanced. And they're very smart. and like, just because you can't speak English that well doesn't mean you're not good at other things. And a lot of them are like super amazing at math, and then there's a lot of them that are really, really awesome artists. And I think that like they're super talented and special, and so I told them that. I don't think I said that because of their reaction, I wrote all of my classes cards, and it encouraged me to write the rest of them. But so that's what I was doing. I was staying after, and Hera saw me, and she asked me what was keeping me late, and I told her that I'm writing Christmas cards to my students, and she goes, "Oh, are you writing like each student a different card?" And I said, "Yes." And she goes, "Oh, wow." And I was like, "Yeah." And she goes, "Are they all saying the same thing?" And I said, "No, but like all of them say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and a lot of them say like similar things, but I individualized it to each student." And she goes, "Oh, wow, that's a lot of work." And I was just like, "Yeah." And she said, I told her that I thought the students wouldn't think it's special unless I gave them candy. And she said, "No, they'll think it's very special because to get a card from my teacher is not very common here, I guess." And she said, "Candy is common, but a card is like very rare and unique." So it made me feel even better, like that I decided to do this, because I feel like it makes even more of an impact since they don't get it very often, so that they'll like maybe cherish it more. Which, I mean, like, they're kids, but I just want to lift them up, and I want to give them encouragement, and I just want them to know that what I think about them, and I think very highly of them, so I want to tell them. And a lot of them like really appreciated it, and it just made me feel really good. So I think that's all I have for you today. I did insert some clips from Vlogmas Day 19, and I'm also want to insert my clip where I was talking about our live streaming, so that you can hear more about that and that you can maybe join us if you're interested. So if you guys haven't watched yesterday's video, we are going to be live streaming starting on January 1st. So it'll actually be the night of December 31st for everyone in America, which will be cool because it'll already be New Year's for us, but we can welcome in the new year with you guys if you hop on to Twitch. And if you follow our channel, it will be in the description below, so I'll put the link there for our Twitch channel. But you can welcome in the new year on live stream with us if you want. That'd be really fun. Without further ado though, I am gonna head off and edit this video, and I'll catch you in a couple days. It is almost Christmas. Oh my god. And yeah, so bye. We love you. See you later. Good night.